Oakland, soon to be no longer Oakland Athletics, have reached an update on their Vegas transfer relocation. Republican Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo on yesterday, announced a tentative agreement between his office, legislative leaders, and in the state of Oakland, or in the state, of Nevada, and the athletics organization. Basically, what they've decided is that stadium funding is tentatively a go. So this has taken weeks of negotiation and planning and blah, blah, blah. And they've tried to decide how much of it is going to be publicly funded, how much of it will be state, supported funds, etc., how much the ball club is going to invest in this deal, and how it all comes down to it. It still is a $1.5 billion facility, and they're still liking the Tropicana Hotel location on the Strip. It's at the end of the Strip, but it's not the Strip. And so that's right. That's a great place to be compared to the at least one other option that we saw, and we've covered that a little bit. But Vegas would officially be the smallest, at least broadcast television market of any Major League Baseball franchise, probably ever.
Right.
It feels like it. And so what we're interested to find out is, can they sustain 3 professional franchises in such a small area?
That's the thing that I think is really interesting, is that like so much money comes from TV, right? That it's like either A, it's going to be super expensive to go to a game there, or B, they're going to find some other way to make money besides TV, right? To pay the players on that team, because missing out on TV money is a huge deal, such a huge deal that's why we have blackouts.
That's exactly why.
Yeah. Right. And so I don't know. It's strange to me that they're going to such a small market. I'm not so much worried about the fact there's 3 professional sports teams there, or major sports teams there, just because the NFL is its own thing. The NHL is, I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say niche, but like,
it's more niche for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I feel like the NHL is kind of like, we don't really care about the market. People like hockey there, we're going to go.
That's right.
It is what it is. That's kind of the way they work. But baseball is like in a place financially of like the big 3 that they do need the TV dollars. So that's going to be interesting how it goes there. I mean, maybe the whole place will just be covered in massive casino signs, and that's how they're going to pay for it, right?
And that's not just, I mean, that's entirely possible. Also, if you figure it, because they're going to have to do an indoor facility or some sort of roof option, no matter what, they're going to be able to book this year round as a venue for events and different kind of shows and things like that. So I bet they're factoring that into this decision making, and they're going to be okay on overall funding, but only because they're going to be able to pimp it out as a venue for other things.
They could. The thing is that I feel like a football stadium is way more suited to big public events. They've got I think it's Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. And that's an enormous stadium, and it's a beautiful stadium. My sister and niece went and saw Taylor Swift there a few weeks ago, and I feel like that's way more suitable for stuff like that than a baseball stadium is.
It's a great point.
So that's where I think that's where they're going to have somewhat of an issue, because even around here, like, there's stuff at Chase Field, but not like there is the Footprint Center or at State Farm Stadium.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a good point.
That's kind of the issue that you run into there with that side of it. I don't
think the city
too much on it.
Yeah, the team and the city are hoping to draw from the nearly 40 million tourists who visit Las Vegas annually to help fill the stadium. And Brad, I mean, is this sustainable? Is there a large enough fan base that's located to sustain this, or are they?
So at first, I was kind of like, you cannot bank on tourists coming to see baseball, right? Like maybe in the summer, people are going to be like, let's not go gamble for a few hours and go sit somewhere else that's air conditioned, right? And then they'll go to a game. And that was my big thing, is like, you can't bank on tourists. But then I looked up, I was curious. It's like, how do the Las Vegas Aviators do with attendance? I looked it up. So they got there in 2019. They led all of AAA in attendance in 2019. 2020, no season. 2021, they led AAA West in attendance. And then 2022, they led the Pacific Coast League in attendance. Now, it's great that they're leading all of AAA and everything, but that also means it's going down because what they're leading is getting smaller. It was like it was a novelty the first year, everybody was coming. And then the second year, it was like, okay, people are still coming, but not as many. And then last year is people are still coming, but still not as many. What's it going to look like after this year? Are they going to be in the top 2, 3 of the Pacific Coast League, or is it just going to continue to drop and drop? And is that what we're going to see with the Major League Baseball team? Is that it's going to be a novelty? People will come, locals will come, tourists will come, but then it'll be the novelty will wear off. But hey, I mean, I might make the trip up a couple times a year if they're playing the Mariners.
I was just saying,
not far off.
My argument is with a balanced schedule, you will get more people traveling to see baseball games in Vegas because of the alternate draw of the rest of what Vegas has to offer. So I think you're going to get that. I also did a little digging on population increases in the Vegas metro area over the last couple of years, and they've been between 2 and 3% consistently since 2019 increases. So
the area is certainly growing, that's for sure.
It's growing fast. We looked at what it would cost to live in Hendersonville, which is a little ways outside Vegas. But I would consider it still certainly within the reach of the Vegas metro area.
Well, we have a buddy Adam, who's from Henderson, and he just says he's from Vegas.
Exactly. So it's just not that far away, and that place has exploded in the last even year and a half. It's been insane. So anyway, it'll be interesting. Baseball family will keep you updated on how things go with the. Hold on? Do you think they'll change their name?
I don't think they will. I think they'll stay the same because they've been the same forever, right? They were the A's in Philly. They are the A's in Kansas City. They are the A's in Oakland. I think they'll be the Las Vegas A's.
And they'll keep the logo and all the.
I think it'll all stay the same. Yeah.
I think so too.